The Joe Rogan experience.
Exactly.
Right.
I need 3, 4,
Yeah, that's weird.
It hurts us.
Well, it's also weird. Like the UFC can they just decide who's fighting. I mean, it's the whole thing. The business is so interesting because it's like they decide who's fighting. They decide who's champion. They decide, Tony, you're not champion anymore. We're going to strip you. It's like, I fell. I fell.
I
don't want this to happen.
He was at the Fox Studios.
Yeah, he was doing.
I twist my knee.
But he was working for the UFC when he fell. I mean, he's doing his obligations, his press obligations.
It's very strange to strip him of a belt when he never lost it, and he has the longest winning streak. And but also
fell.
Khabib has no belt. There's no belt. Khabib was going to take the belt.
They're going to make up a belt.
And then Conor has the belt at 55.
Right.
So what do you do with that belt?
Well, what they were planning on doing, I believe, and now they've kind of let the cat out of the bag because they said it's going to be for the world lightweight title. They were going to strip Conor the moment something happened. Like the moment the fight started, that's when they were going to strip Conor.
They're going to announce that?
Yeah, because if they'd stripped him beforehand, then what happens if Tony doesn't make weight or something? Tony makes weight all the time.
Then you have no belt.
What if Khabib doesn't make weight? Then what the fuck do you have?
Legit concern.
Then you have nothing.
That
so
makes
you already
sense.
stripped him? Are you going to give it back to him? You're going to give it back to him?
Very
No.
confusing.
So what if he wants to fight again? Now he's not the champ anymore? The fuck kind of shit is this?
It's strange.
So they waited. And the idea was to wait. But now they're in a desperado situation. They
Straight
lose.
desperado.
Six days.
Still a belt on the line.
Not only that, fucking April Fools. April Fool's Day it happens. I didn't believe a goddamn word of it. Jimmy Smith starts texting me. I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'm not falling for it. Jamie texted me. I'm like, I'm not falling for it. You texted me?
You go, bro, it's April Fool's. I'm like, I know. But Dana released a video, and listen, I'm sure he likes a good April Fool's joke, but what he likes more is money and pay-per-view buys. You can't honey dick the fans and be like, psych, it's back on. Because
Right.
people are going to be pissed
They
and
would
not
be
buy
pissed.
it.
That's a good point. I didn't buy it. I still was like, maybe it's just an elaborate PR scam. I didn't even tweet about it until the next day.
I know.
I was tweeting about other shit. People were like, what the fuck, bro? This is going down. You're not even tweeting about it. I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
I checked with you, and then I checked with Josh Thompson, who works closely with Khabib, and then so boom, there's my two main guys, and I went, all right, Ariel. I saw Ariel tweet. I'm like, God, he's a journalist. I'm an ass clown. He's a legit journalist.
Right.
Like he has the credibility. So I went, bro, is this real? And he goes, I would never joke around like that, Brendan. I'm like, he's right.
Well, I went straight to his jiu-jitsu coach. I called Eddie, talked to him on the phone.
Your good friend.
Yeah. So, and Eddie gave me the full rundown of what happened with Tony. It's like he saw somebody and he turned to say hi to somebody, didn't see some wires on the ground, tripped over some wires and just blew his shit out. And Eddie was on the podcast yesterday, and Eddie was saying that Tony wanted to fight, or day before yesterday, Tony wanted to fight. They wouldn't let him fight.
Yeah.
His ligament is torn
LCL,
from
right?
the bone.
Which is rare, which is hard to do.
Where is that one? Lateral, whatever.
Collateral ligament, some shit. Anyways, but do you think it would if it went tripping off that, is that a freak accident, or do you think it would have went during the fight? It's hard to say.
Oh, I bet it was a
freak accident, right?
Yeah,
Especially at LCL.
Accident. Yeah, I mean the way they said it. But first of all, what Dana said was very savage.
What did he say?
Dana said he wears those sunglasses indoors. That should happen to everybody that wears sunglasses indoors.
That's the Larry David quote. Have you heard the Larry David quote?
What?
He goes, there's only two type of people that wear sunglasses indoors: blind people and assholes. It's true, man.
It's so true. It's so true.
Don't wear those
Such
indoors.
a weird thing, man. Especially at night. Like, what are you doing?
It's so hard to see.
What is this? What are you doing?
I've seen a guy in a club when I used to go to clubs. He'd have his glasses on, and then people walk by, he'd lift them up to look around, then put them back down because you can't see shit.
The biggest tools wear glasses to fights. They wear sunglasses and they sit there with their fucking sunglasses on. Like especially celebrities that do that. It's like, come on.
Celebrities do that. It's like get a grip. However,
Well, it's weird. I mean, that's like when you know you fucked up. You got too famous. You have to wear sunglasses at a fight. You sit in the front row with sunglasses
and your boy's
on.
just like, nah, I like it, man. Yeah, wear those indoors. That makes complete sense. Same if you wear like a peacock coat and your boy's like, that's all good.
I'm going to start doing podcasts like this.
Dude, that stresses me out.
From now on.
That stresses me out.
Sam Tripoli did a podcast like this.
Did you
He
say
came
something?
in. What?
Did you say something to him?
Yeah. Like, what are we doing? And I put mine on. And we've done them before with sunglasses with NASA outfits.
That's
Me and Red
hilarious.
Band did that.
Dalia did the Fire and the Kid with sunglasses on. I go, bro, you got to take the sunglasses off. He goes, my future's too bright. My future's too bright. And I went, oh, fuck, mine too. And I put my glasses on. And then Callan goes, shit, I don't have my sunglasses.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, sunglasses.
That's a hilarious quote by Dana, though.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And especially considering how much money he's losing on this fight.
Can you imagine? Getting a call that close to me like, what?
Well, it keeps happening. It keeps happening.
Does it?
It's happened a bunch of times. It's happened a bunch of times.
This one, the MMA gods are like, you morons. I'm trying to do you a favor here.
What was the most recent one where that happened? Where Cyborg stepped in last minute?
This close?
Yeah, so the last one. Cyborg stepped in. Who? Oh, that was Max Holloway.
Max Holloway and Frank Yeager.
But then there was the Ferguson one with Khabib where Khabib's liver shut down. They had to take him to the fucking hospital.
That was a bummer.
This has happened a ton of times.
Was the worst one John Jones? The UFC 200?
Oh,
DC? Remember literally the day before? You're like,
bad.
What? But I wonder if that's better for the UFC. Shitty business either way. But is it better for the UFC because we've already seen the hype, we're already bought in.
Yeah.
And then like the next day, like, what the where's John? Like, oh yeah, you didn't hear that? Like, does that help them more or does this, where you at least can promote a little bit with Max Holloway?
You could promote a little bit with Max Holloway, and it's an interesting fight. It's a very interesting fight. Yeah, there's a lot of those, man, that happen. That you're like, what? Which one was the John Jones DC one?
UFC 200.
And what was the thing that John did? Which one was that?
Remember that?
Is that the Coke one?
Yeah, I think that was the Coke one.
No, the Coke was he got away with
this
the
was
Coke
Dick
one.
Pills.
Oh,
remember?
Dick Pills.
He was like, "Hey, we got to strip. We got to pull him from the card." And then DC fought Anderson Silva.
That's right.
On like 2 day notice.
Anderson.
And then DC didn't win any fans that because he just kind of.
Yeah. He just.
It's a weird
wrestled
fight. He just wrestled him and it was whatever.
Well,
Still
Anderson
won though.
front kicked him in the gut too, and I think he hurt him.
Yeah.